Okay, so we are going to use the difference quotient here, which I've written down, and we're going to use it on this function here. And obviously this is practice for a lot of things. First of all, it's just good practice with function notation, but more importantly, this is a function you're going to see a lot of, and so we might as well practice with it, right? Practice with what you're going to have to use. So on this, I first have to take this, and the first part means that every time I see an x, I have to replace it with x plus h. This is going to be negative 3 times x plus h squared plus x plus h minus 1. And then minus in parentheses, because remember the whole thing is negative. Negative 3x squared plus x minus 1. And these are important because this is going to get distributed, and this is crucial for this working, because what you're going to find out is that usually you're going to have a lot of stuff cancel, and if you don't get this sign right, it's not going to happen, okay? So this here, I have to FOIL, right? This doesn't distribute. You kill kittens. There's a meme about that. So I have to do this all out. This is x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. And obviously you could write out the FOIL if you wanted. Plus x plus h minus 1. Now I'm going to distribute here. So plus 3x squared minus x plus 1. And then this is all over h. Okay? Now I'm going to distribute this negative 3. So I have negative 3x squared minus 6xh minus 3h squared plus x plus h minus 1 plus 3x squared minus h plus 1 all over h. Now obviously there's a lot to keep track of, so it's important that we keep ourselves neat and in line. I'm going to start looking and going, what can I cancel? Well, this and this cancel. This and this cancel. Ooh, and that cancel. Ooh, that was nice. And notice all those cancellations. If you screwed up the sign, they're not going to happen. That typically will always happen. So I'm left with negative 6xh minus 3h squared plus h all over h. Now you'll notice in the top, I can pull out an h, right? So I'm going to get h times negative 6x minus 3h plus 1. All over h. These h's now cancel, and my final reduced simplified version is negative 6x minus 3h plus 1. This is my final answer. There's obviously a lot of pieces to this, a lot of really basic algebra, and a lot to keep track of. But as I said, this is a formula you're going to see a lot of in your next couple of classes. So we want to make sure you're used to it. So it's a good one to practice on.